And the council member is joining us right now live. Councilman Eric Bottcher, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You say that Mayor Eric Adams and the NYPD have offered you protection. Have you taken them up on that?
I haven't taken them up on official protection, but I know that they are there if I need it. I feel very safe and supported. The entire community has rallied around Drag Story Hour and everyone who's coming under attack by these people.
We know that two of the people who vandalized your apartment building were arrested. You say you're not going to be intimidated, but they called you some names as you were supporting this Drag Story Hour. They called you a predator and a groomer. What do you have to say to those who would be so upset?
Well, look, the people who are doing this want us to be silenced. They want us to be intimidated. They want us to go into hiding. Not just me, but the families who are trying to take their kids to this program that is a totally innocent program that they want for their families. They're being called these names as they're trying to go into the library, as they're cowering in the library. But I'll tell you, the people who are trying to do this, they're not going to succeed. If anything, they've strengthened our resolve to fight back. So their efforts are backfiring badly.
Yeah, this is one group of very vocal people, but there are a lot of parents who are not for Drag Story Hour, who would not vandalize your home, who would not call you names. They just don't believe it's age appropriate, as we heard from the earlier statement. Who should be determining what is age appropriate when it comes to going to a Drag Story Hour?
Well, they are age appropriate, but here's the best part. If you don't like the program, you don't have to go to it. You don't have to take your family to it. Last night, I was at a holiday party and I met a mother whose son is now older, and she said it was a great program for her kid and she would do it again. Let them do it. Don't worry about them. Worry about your own self. And I'll tell you, I saw the program. It was my first time attending it. It was a book reading like many, many other book readings I've been to, a story time. But you just had a colorful character reading the story, and the kids liked it, and no one's being hurt by it.
Well, I have a question for you, because there are a lot of parents who've questioned the content of the books that the Drag Queen Story Hour provides. These are not just books that are educational. These are sometimes books that talk about inclusivity or talk about diversity within the gendered community. And so do you think that these are lessons that parents should be first given some kind of heads up on, or should it just be a free-for-all?
This is an optional program, and people should have the option of doing it if they want. God forbid people have books about inclusivity and diversity. It's the year 2022. These books are totally fine, but I'll tell you, the books that were at the story hour I was at were the same children's books that my niece and nephews have. They're just regular children's books. You just had a colorful character, a drag artist reading it. Totally fine.
Why do you think it's so controversial and divisive right now?
I think that there is a unhinged online right-wing conspiracy theory that is whipping up these same people who, by the way, they're the same people who protest the vaccine clinics, the same people who were arrested at my apartment building, protested the New York City Health Commissioner's house and his family when his kids were home over the vaccine distribution. They went to shut down the vaccine clinics.
Well, I don't want to get too far off base, because clearly this is targeted, but I understand what you're saying. We're out of time. I so apologize, Councilman Bottcher, but I'm glad you're safe. And again, I know this is a very divisive issue for the city of New York. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.